video on roofing terminology. We get a lot of customers that ask us what different terminology is when we're referring to roof and we're trying to give somebody an estimate or doing a roof repair for them. We've just put a roof on this house, and we've got a lot of different things that we've done. We have roll roofing, we have architectural shingles, we got pipe boots, crickets, whirlybirds. So we're going to kind of go over some of this, so when you're talking with a roofing contractor, you know what he's talking about when he's giving you some of this general terminology. First thing we're going to talk about, customers ask us, what's a 3-tab roof or 3-tab shingle? What's a dimensional shingle or architectural shingle? So I brought some shingles up here to kind of give you an idea of what they're talking about when they're talking about a 3-tab versus a dimensional shingle. If you look at this shingle right here, this is a 3-tab 20-year shingle. The reason they call it a 3-tab shingle is if you look at it, it's got 3 tabs. Okay, this shingle right here is what we used to put on a long time ago, still put them on today, but this doesn't have the wind rating, it doesn't have the lifetime expectancy of a dimensional architectural shingle. An architectural shingle is basically 2 shingles put together, so you get twice the protection that you would get with 1 shingle. Here is a architectural or a dimensional shingle, and as you can see, what you have 1 shingle down here, and then you have a second shingle that's put on top of it. What this is, it gives you a thicker shingle, and it's going to last. This is a 30-year shingle, so it's going to give you a longer life expectancy. It's a harder shingle. It's going to be harder for you to get a hail strike and make a hole in it, and so it's going to be less chance for you to have a leak. The 3-dimensional shingle also, a lot of people think it looks better on a house, and it just kind of dresses the house up a little bit. So this is what they call the architectural or dimensional shingle, and this is the 3-tab shingle. As you can see, it's a little thinner shingle. A roll roofing, when you got a flat roof, you can't put shingles, or you shouldn't put shingles on a flatter roof. What happens is the water won't roll off of the shingle as fast, and water will back up and actually get up under the shingles, and it'll leak. So when you come to a flatter roof, this has a flatter pitch on it here. So what we did on here is we put roll roofing, or flat roofing is what some people call. It's a pill and stick roofing that you put down, and that way you don't get any water can get up in here, and you won't have any leak, and this roof will last for a long time. Another thing is pipe boots. What you get when you put pipe boots on a house, over time it's a rubber grommet around the outside of this, and this fits. If you look up here on this roof, you're going to see some vent pipes, and these vent pipes, exactly what they are, they vent the plumbing in the house, and this is what makes your plumbing be able to flow. What we do is we'll put these pipe boots over here, and it's a rubber that seals, and it keeps any water from coming in around it. Anytime you have a roof put on, a new roof put on your house, you should have new pipe boots put on them. They don't cost that much. It's just a little bit of extra time, but over time, these pipe boots are going to leak. And there's no reason to put a new roof on your house and leave the old pipe boots on it, because then your roof is only as good as your weakest link. And you got an old pipe boot sitting here, and you got a brand new roof, but you got a leaking roof. So we make sure if we put a roof on your house that you're going to get brand new pipe boots, you're going to get brand new passive vents, you're going to get brand new whirlybirds. And whirlybirds, what I'm talking about, this is a whirlybird. This is the way your attic breathes, and they put these on the house to kind of keep the temperature in the attic so it doesn't get so high. If your attic temperature gets real hot, it'll cause the life expectancy of your roof to diminish, because it's like being in an oven. If the inside of your attic's hot, outside of your roof's hot, it's going to bake these shingles. So you need a good attic ventilation. And what we did on this is they had whirlybirds on here, so we put brand new whirlybirds on here, because over time, just like anything else, the bearings in here will get old and they'll start squeaking, and the thing will quit spinning. What's happening is making this spin. There's no wind today, but the heat from inside the house coming out creates a current, and the air comes in through your gable vents on each end of your house, comes into your house, and it exits the roof. So this is actually heat coming out of the house causing this to spin, and this will create a vacuum when it's spinning like this, like a fan blade. So we put brand new whirlybirds on the house. This here is a passive vent. We make sure that when we do a roof that we put brand new passive vents on all the roofs. So everything on the house is going to be brand new. We're going to take you over here and tell you what a cricket. People think a cricket's an insect. They've been told that it's wrong. A cricket is a water diverter that you put on a house, and we usually put them around chimneys. We go to houses all the time, and the places that you're going to have a leak most commonly are going to be in the valleys. If the valley of a house is put on wrong, it's going to be prone to leakage. Around the chimney, where water runs into the chimney, it stands there. It has nowhere for it to go unless you put a diverter on it. And it's a cricket, and this is, we're going to put a cricket on, or did put a cricket on this house. And we'll go over here and take a peek at it and show you what this is. If you notice here, water rain comes down on this roof, it's going to run against this chimney. If we didn't have this water diverter called a cricket, the water would just stand up against this roof, and over time these people are going to have a leak around their chimney, and this is going to be a place that's going to be a constant problem. But since we do the roof and we give you a guarantee with the roof, we're not going to come back. Hopefully we don't have to come back on any of these roofs. So if you spend the extra time and do it right, put a cricket on it, then these people, when the water comes down, it's going to come off the side. They're not going to have any problems with it. Another problem area is going to be your valley. And valleys are real easy to do wrong, and that is going to be a bad situation if you don't do them right. What we do in our valleys is we put an extra liner in them, and what we use is ice and water. Most people just use felt in the valley, but anytime you have a penetration, whether it be a whirlybird, a pipe vent, or anytime you have an area where you're going to have a lot of water, which is a valley, and I'm going to show you this valley over here. This is what we call a valley. It's when you got two roof lines coming together. What it does, the water coming off of this roof is going to come in it, the water coming down here, and you're going to get a lot of water right here. So what you don't want to do is when you put this on, you want to make sure that you nail at least 12 inches on each side of it. Now, it's very easy for somebody that's not experienced in roofing. You want to make sure that you cut this shingle so you have a full layer of shingle in the bottom of this. You don't want to stop a shingle here, then put a shingle coming over here to here, because you're going to put a nail right there and you're going to have a leak in this. Another thing that we use that we put in these is what we call ice and water shield. This is ice and water, and what we'll do is when we come in here, the first thing we do is when we take the old roof off, we get down to the sheathing. The sheathing is what the plywood that's on the roof, or the 1x6, or whatever they use for the roof decking or sheathing. What we do when we strip this down on this roof, we put this liner in here, and we roll this liner out and put it in here. And what this is like almost like a pull liner that you put in there, and we'll lay that through the entire valley of the house. And then we'll put the shingles on top of it. So now any water that comes down, it's an extra layer of protection. Most roofers don't put it in. It's just a little extra cost. We go ahead and put it in. That way you're not going to have any problems with any of these valleys, because most roofs we have to come back on, it's usually a valley or a chimney or a plumbing boot. So this is just a little bit of the terminology. So when you're talking to a roofing contractor, and when he's talking about sheathing, he's talking about the decking, plumbing boots, passive vents. That's a vent that doesn't have a motor that allows the air to come out of your house. And when he's talking about a cricket, make sure that you got a chimney, you get a cricket put on it. You know, we put them on everybody's house. It's charged in. You don't even have to ask about it. And if it's roll roofing, if you got a low pitched roof, you need to make sure that they put a roll roofing on it. Ask them if they're going to put a liner in these valleys. You know, you get your roof, you don't get a roof put on very often, and it is the #1 barrier of protection for your house. If your roof's leaking, I mean, every time it rains, you're going to have a rotten ceiling. Your insulation, all that stuff's going to get molded and mildewed. We see houses all the time that it started out with a poor roofing contractor, didn't put the roof on right, and now they got all the problems in the world. If you don't get anything from this video, I'm going to give you 2 cents worth at the end. This is the most important thing in this whole video, so listen up. Is find you a roofing contractor that you trust and that's going to be around, because the guarantee is only as good as the roofer. The roofer may tell you he's going to give you a 4, 10, 15-year guarantee on your roof, but half the roofers are going to be out of business in 1 year. If the guy's not in business, it doesn't do any good what kind of guarantee he gives you. So find somebody that is reputable, somebody you can count on. 2 or 3 years, if you do have a leak or something, somebody's going to get back over there and is going to fix your leak for you. That's the most valuable information I can give you. We see it every day where we go out and we look at a roof where a guy's got a roof that's 2 or 3 years old and he's got a leak in a valley, or he's got a plumbing boot or something like that, and we ask, well, where's your roofer at? Who put this on? Well, I called the guy and his phone's out of, he's disconnected. So, I've got to charge you because I didn't put the roof on. So find somebody you trust. Go have them come out to your house and talk to them. Set them down in a chair and just talk to them and fill them out, and be comfortable with them, because it's a big expense to put a roof on your house and you want to get it done right. So that's the best information I can give you, and I hope the video has been helpful. So and if you need us, please give us a call. I'm Cole with Newtco Roofing and General Contracting here in Memphis, Tennessee. You can find us on the web, or you can call us 901-487-9557. We'd be glad to come over and give you a price, or just see if you need a repair.